Ladies and gentlemen, if there's one truth I've learned through life, it's this. Success doesn't start with luck. It doesn't even start with talent. It starts in your head. What separates people who rise from those who stay stuck isn't just their intelligence or how hard they work. It's how they think. Your mindset is the steering wheel of your life. And today, I want to walk you through 11 mindsets that, if practiced, can completely change your trajectory. Let's begin with the adaptive mindset. In nature, even a tiny mosquito can survive a storm, not by being strong, but by being flexible. It doesn't fight the rain. It rides with it, adjusts midair, and keeps flying. The same applies to us. In a world moving faster than ever, those who adapt survive. Those who anticipate change, not resist it, thrive. Then there's the probability mindset. During World War II, engineers wanted to reinforce parts of planes that had bullet holes. But one mathematician said, "No, reinforce the places with no damage." Why? Because the planes hit, they never made it home. That kind of thinking, seeing what's missing, is what separates problem solvers from everyone else. The third mindset, leverage. When the British Library needed to move 13 million books, it seemed impossible. But a young staffer had a bold idea: ask the public to return books directly to the new location. Just like that, the impossible became simple. That's leverage, getting big results with small, smart moves. Now let's talk about long-term thinking. Visionaries like Jeff Bezos or Warren Buffett don't think in weeks, they think in decades. They plant seeds today, knowing they may not bloom for years. You want real success? Start thinking beyond the next paycheck. Think legacy. Then there's the upstream mindset, looking at root causes, not symptoms. When Google wanted more ad clicks in China, they didn't just change colors or fonts. They studied why users weren't clicking. They shifted the ad placement based on real human behavior, and results skyrocketed. The lesson? Don't just work harder. Think deeper. The sixth is what I call the lazy ant mindset, and it's not what it sounds like. Scientists found that some ants appear lazy, but when a food crisis hit, these ants were the first to find a new source. They weren't lazy. They were observers, explorers. Sometimes, stepping back gives you the clarity the hustle never will. Next, environment shapes behavior. One man rode across a frozen lake thinking it was just snowy land. Only after being told the truth did he collapse from shock. He survived. But the story proves this. What we believe about our environment determines what we do. So if your life isn't working, change your environment. Want better habits? Create better surroundings. Mindset 8. The pivot mindset. Not every wall is worth breaking through. Sometimes the smartest move is changing direction. A woman broke off her engagement when she discovered her fiancé had a hidden gambling addiction. Everyone told her to stay. She walked away. Later, she found someone better. The lesson? Letting go can be braver than holding on. Now, let's talk about problem solving, the fill the gap mindset. One guy started a new job and was suddenly tasked with revamping a website he'd never touched. He could have backed down. Instead, he learned fast, pulled together a team, and launched it on time. That earned him a promotion in just 30 days. Life will hand you gaps. Your job? Fill them. Number 10 is the solid barrel mindset. A barrel holds only as much as its shortest plank. Likewise, your weaknesses will cap your potential. But here's the twist. Success isn't about fixing every flaw. It's about maximizing your strengths and designing your life around them. And finally, the empty cup mindset. A monk once poured tea into a cup until it overflowed. The student said, "It's full. Why keep pouring?" The monk replied, "Exactly. You can't learn if your mind is already full." Stay humble. Stay curious. No matter how successful you become, never stop learning. So what do all these mindsets have in common? They're not about working harder. They're about thinking smarter. They're about knowing when to push forward and when to pivot, when to solve and when to step back and ask better questions, when to double down and when to let go. Because ultimately, the life you build depends on the thoughts you allow. So let me leave you with this. Your success will never outgrow your mindset. Upgrade your thinking, and you upgrade your life. And if you do that consistently, there's no limit to what you'll achieve. Thank you.